Mr. Avelo Roy, Managing Director at Kolkata Ventures and the largest startup incubator in East India, which has its presence expanded to 5 countries now. He is a tech entrepreneur and 4 times TEDx speaker. He started his first company at the age of 19 and built it to $1 million valuation by the age of 22. He has been in the White House panel for entrepreneurship education and has been a recipient of over 150 awards. Today, he will be enlightening us on branding, promotion, scaling up, and growth. Now, I would like to invite Sir to begin with the session. It's a privilege for us to have you here. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What do you see? I just want to make sure you see this. Aha, good. Just want to make sure you're seeing the right screen. Okay, thank you very much. It's a privilege to be speaking to all of you. Thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with me. My name is Avelo Roy, and a little bit about me. I've been an entrepreneur since my second year in college. This was the CEO conference in Chicago in 2007. I was the youngest CEO. And the journey started while I was studying at Illinois Institute of Technology as an engineer. And I used my 4 years in college to build up my business, my market research, prototype. And with the help of my friends, we won many competitions that gave us enough money and resources and validation to go ahead and get the real world, right? Go into the real world and commercialize our venture. So we were able to recruit the best and the brightest people from all over. We had the head of technology from Motorola, head of marketing for L'Oreal, VP of innovations from Wrigley, and people like that. Really amazing people who've been there, done that, coming on board, building a startup, and not just one startup, but multiple businesses we've built together. And many of them are also helping with Kolkata Ventures. So the friendship has lasted a long time. I've been honored by the California State Senate, TED Talks, and Kolkata Ventures has been my dream project where, it was the whole idea that what I received as a young entrepreneur, the mentorship, the guidance, and the US startup ecosystem, bringing that to India. And we started with Kolkata, West Bengal, all over India. In fact, in Bhubaneswar, we have many startups. And now we are in 9 countries, mentoring, incubating, funding startups. The uniqueness about Kolkata Ventures is that it's only entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs, not motivational speakers, YouTubers, book knowledge. It is real knowledge. It is ghasa pita, hard-earned, blood, sweat, equity knowledge that you get. And these are some of our funded startups. And I work with the central government in terms of Startup India, helping those, as well as we have gone on behalf of the Prime Minister's office to the Prime Minister of Nepal, been an advisor to him, where we helped build up the Kathmandu startup ecosystem. And I'm a guest faculty at multiple IITs, IIMs, including yours, and 2 US universities. So what I'm going to share with you is from my personal experience, what has worked for me and worked for 500 plus startups that are incubated by us. And hopefully it's a science and it'll work for you as well. So pay attention, take screenshots, take notes, ask questions, connect with me on Instagram. If there's any questions you have that you are not able to answer publicly, you can always ask me privately on Instagram. Right. So first thing about branding and brand positioning and building the promotional aspects, you have to look at the future. You have to be a futurist, not like a palmist or an astrologer, but a futurist in terms of predicting what is going to change tomorrow, like stock markets, right? Today we see EV revolution. That means there's going to be a lot of electric vehicles, a lot of battery production, a lot of charging stations. A lot of them are going to be powered by solar and whatnot. So that means, what does that mean, for your business? Whether it's banking, cryptocurrency, blockchain, artificial intelligence, all of these, how they're going to evolve over the next 3 years, and how that's going to impact your business and your market. History repeats itself, so it helps to take a look at the trends of the past, to take a look at what happened in the history, and you will see that in the future you'll have something very, very similar. Look at the patents that are not yet in practice. That means they're coming out shortly. They're going to be commercialized, and that will give you a little bit of the future. And the first thing about marketing starts here, all right? It starts with making people, from one things which was in the past to now where it is making things people want, right? So that, how do you know what people want? By market research. Start with the problem, not an idea, right? A problem is something that no one wants. Everyone has to face it. No one can avoid it. What kind of problems are there? Death, old age, disease. Why do you think pharmacy companies make so much money? Why do you think the petroleum companies make so much money? If the problem is dire, people are willing to pay for it. If the problem is not so dire, people, they might not want to pay for it, because it's just, when good times are there, they'll pay, and when the times are not so good, recession or pandemic, they will back off. Right? Identify your target market. It's important that when you're marketing, who are you marketing to? Who will pay for the product or service? For example, if you're making pet food, is the pet paying for it? No, it's the pet owner. So the packaging matters for the pet owner. The smell matters for the pet owner. So the person who's buying it is not the pet, because a pet, you can just give it anything. It'll just slurp it up. But a pet owner would be like, oh, is it, a toxin free? Is it the right kind of thing? Oh, smells really good. My dog would really like it, right? So that's the person swiping the credit card. If you're building a product for the kids, not the kids who are paying, it's the parents who are paying. So you have to know who is the person swiping the card, and that's where the marketing begins. And there was a nice story. There's a place in New York City where they made this restaurant. Sorry, it's not a restaurant. It's a bagel place, where you go have bagels, and it was meant for men, right? So the person who built a restaurant, he made it very grungy. Make it very masculine. Everything is like tires hanging and biker this and sports that. So very, very masculine. And he expected men to come to the place. Turns out it was women who lined up outside his door, because women often find it difficult to buy something for their men. And when something was built, this is for men, women were like, okay, great. My husband, my boyfriend, my father, my son would like it, and I'll buy this, which is meant for men. So, you have to really understand who is the one paying for the product. It's not necessarily who is the actual user. Choose a market and identify a pain point. So that's where market research comes in. So marketing, promotion, branding starts with market research. And there are two kinds of market research: primary and secondary. Secondary market research actually comes first because that's where you get the idea of the trend. Google Trends, Nielsen, right? Thousands and thousands of people. What are they doing? Census data, right? What are they doing? And then when you understand, okay, this geographical area, this segment, this age group, this gender, urban, rural, and then you kind of hone down on the primary market research, where with that market, you do surveys, you talk to them, and you find out what do they actually want? What is the problem they're facing? How much are they willing to pay? Right? So you identify a dire problem people are willing to pay to solve. And do one thing very, very well, right? Don't try to do 10 million things. I remember one time a group of entrepreneurs But they were like, sir, can you come to the side? We'll tell you something secret. I'm like, what secret? They took me near the bathroom and they're telling me, we are building Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp all in one. I'm like, you realize they're all owned by the same company. If they had to make it one, they would have. They didn't because people like it separate. No, no, sir, you don't understand. Everybody wants it in one place. I'm like, no. And they're like, no, no, we have done we know, we would do it. I'm like, but do your market research. Facebook does its market research. They have billions of dollars to do it. And they have come to the conclusion they don't need to create one app. It's multiple apps. Long story short, they never launched, they never got anywhere because, their idea of doing everything at one place versus, doing one thing very, very well as a startup. So it's very important that you understand that, because as engineers, most of you will have like features, features, features. Don't go for features. Go for one awesome feature, one problem solving, one market. You will do really well. To understand the market better, the brand positioning better, the branding better, you need to know who is your market, right? So geographically, are they, from your country? Are they urban? Are they rural? Do they speak regional language, English? Do they use credit cards? Do they use debit cards? Do they use cash? Right? Like we have startups in Jammu, and they're like, sir, we don't have debit cards and credit cards so much in Jammu. It's very less. Mostly people use cash. So their e-commerce platforms are very cash oriented, right? So like that, you have to understand what is your geography, demography, psychography, behavior, and based on that, you understand how to build a solution for them, which is sellable and marketable to that group. That's where branding and brand positioning comes in. For example, senior citizens. If you're building for something for senior citizens, what is the brand positioning for them? Senior citizens are very lonely. They nobody thinks that they need a partner. Sometimes they are widowers or widows, and they are seen as the people who are the head of the family, and they don't need anybody. They have already had their life, romance and everything. And but you'll be surprised how many senior citizens actually want romance. So like that, you really need to understand what people want versus what the social idea is, and brand yourself, brand position accordingly. Now, there are three things that come in branding: ethos, pathos, logos. Ethos deals with, so these are Latin words, I'm going to explain. Comes the word ethics, or where credentials come in. Are you real? Like Startup India approval, certifications, and things like that. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, you are in mute.
Okay. Okay, my screen is visible and I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, so first is credentials. Like, why should I trust you, right? As a startup, if you're Startup India approved, if you're funded, if you're backed by a university, if you're backed by an incubator, there's some awards you've won, any of those things actually help establish your credibility. Then comes pathos or emotion. Let's say you build this company because you lost a sibling or a dear friend to certain thing, and that's why you made a life choice. I'm going to dedicate my life to finding this, right? Fantastic. So there's an emotional story to it. And thirdly, it's logic, right? Does it logically make sense? Is there a product market fit? Is there a demand supply fit? Are people wanting what you're selling at the right price? If all of these come together, then you have a brand that is worth promoting, right? There's a saying from Harvard Business School that it says that people don't want to buy a 1/4-inch drill. They want a 1/4-inch hole. So yeah, I want to put a picture on the wall. I don't care how awesome your drill is. I care about the nail that you're going to put in there so that I can hang the picture and the picture won't fall. That's all I care about. So then don't tell me you have electric drill, automatic drill, power drill, I don't care. As long as that you can put in a nail in the wall and I can hang my picture. So a lot of times people get into, hang up into that features. My phone does this, my product does that, my software does this. Yeah, what's the outcome you're giving me? I care about the outcome. As a customer, as an investor, what is the ROI, return on investment? So it's important that you understand this part. That is what marketing is. Marketing is not about saying we are 20 megapixel, this and that. When the iPod came out, there were many companies who had similar products. Microsoft had Zune, there was MP3 player, and they would all say 10 GB, 5 GB, 1 GB, 256 MB, this, that, right? Apple came out and said 1,000 songs in your pocket. Because people care about the number of songs they can listen to. They don't understand GB, MB. No, now we do. Back then, people didn't care so much. But when Steve Jobs said 1,000 songs in your pocket, like, wow, 1,000 songs in my pocket, and it looks so small, so tiny, no CD player. Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's what marketing is about, is getting to what people want and selling it to them the way they want it. Like iPhone, say hello to the future. That's the tagline. It's not saying megapixel camera, this, that. Say hello to the future. You want future technology? Here we are. Slack, put collaboration at your fingertips. It's not saying project management software. It's collaboration at your fingertips. MailChimp, it's not saying it's a mass mailer software. It says build your brand, sell more stuff. I want to sell more stuff. I don't care how awesome of a mass mailer you are. Can you help me? Yes, I can help you sell more stuff. Build your brand. Okay, fantastic. Right? That's how. So if I had more time, I would make you do this exercise. But you can take a screenshot and do it on your own. Now, what value are you providing for your customer, right? What can you write it down in 35 words or less? What would satisfy your customer with what you're making? And this is what value is. You're not selling a TV, a car, a software, or service. You're selling happiness, social status, efficiency, and peace of mind. When you buy a TV, you imagine the happy faces of your family members watching Netflix together. When you're buying a car, there's a reason why Tata Nano failed. Nobody wanted a 1 lakh rupee car because it was stamped to be poor person's car, right? People want to buy a car so that they look a little higher on social status. That I'm no more in a public transport, bus, taxi, I'm in a car, in my own car. And if you just stamp that car as a poor person's car, that's horrible. Tata made that mistake. So social status, right? Software, efficiency, and service, peace of mind, right? You get things done quickly. It takes away attention and you're happy. That's the value you're providing. And that's the value proposition that needs to be sold in your marketing messages. Right? Sorry?
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Sir,
Yeah.
Are you sharing your screen? Actually, we are not able to see your screen.
Yeah. You're not able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
For how long?
So for last couple of slides, like 2 or 3 slides.
Oh, okay, just a few seconds. I'm going to go back to the slides and I'm going to see. Please tell me you're able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See on my screen?
It's in the what value are you providing slide, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so this was my quote, and I explained this. Now, taking this value proposition and going to social media, right? And in different social media, it has to be spoken in the way that is right for that audience. For example, LinkedIn is business people, professional people, people who are serious, not time wasters. They're going to LinkedIn with a purpose. So there, you don't have a casual tone. There, you talk purpose. It's more for B2B related products and services. Whereas Facebook and Instagram, it's more about, wasting time. So when I'm here to waste time and you're interrupting me, I'm going to only give you half my attention or 1/10 of my attention. So within that, you have to really wake them up, get them to take action, click on something, swipe on something, etc. When people are going on YouTube, they're searching for something. So intent is very, very clear. They want to learn something, they want to hear something. So the intent is very clear. So when you're on YouTube, you've got to answer questions. People are asking questions to search. Your video has to answer that question. Only then people will listen to you. And WhatsApp is day-to-day communication. If somebody is in your WhatsApp group, it's more for people who already trust you, already know you. Telegram, WhatsApp groups, who you can communicate on a day-to-day basis, who already are in your acquaintance. So you have to understand every social media is built with different target audience, different moods in mind, and you have to cater to that mood in order to win over those media channels, right? Now, it is very easy to manipulate. Marketing is easier today with AI because we think we are all unique and different, but our behavior is predictable based on our past actions. And that's why AI works so well. So all these engines, recommendation engine for YouTube, for Facebook, for Netflix, all of them can predict us. Netflix can tell you 97% accuracy which movie you will like. How cool is that, right? So they are accurate. They know exactly what we would like. So that allows us to use social media to do paid ads, and social media will find you the people exactly who are looking for what you're selling. But then also comes in the personal branding part, which wasn't a case before, but today people don't just trust a logo. They want to see who's behind the logo. People connect with people. And this is not new, by the way. Adolf Hitler, this is a pictures. These pictures were supposed to be burnt out, but his photographer saved some of these pictures. So when he would give us speech, before that he would practice from different angles, his different postures. He was building himself, like what would make him look fierce as a leader. He was very brand conscious. He knew exactly how he wanted people to look at him and from what angle the photographer should shoot him while he is giving his speech, right? So person plus message is the content. Who's writing and what is the message? If the message is good, but it is not from a person you trust, you might not care, right? So person plus message is the content. If you're an expert writing a message, I might listen to you. Content plus connect equals engagement. If I can connect with your content and I have trust in who you are, I will like, share, subscribe, comment, reach out, message you, whatever. Engagement plus distribution goes viral. So if you can get people to share, right, they're liking it, but they're distributing it in WhatsApp groups, in groups where people wouldn't know you, in Facebook groups, in LinkedIn groups, right? Now that is powerful. They go to Reddit and other places, then it goes viral. Suddenly people are sharing, and sharing is caring, right? So what makes people share? When it makes them look good, when it's a content that either elicits positive emotion or negative emotion, right? If it is so, nobody cares. It has to be emotionally charged, and that is why you see religious content, party politics content, content about cricket, content about movies. I hate it, I like it. All of these become viral because people have strong emotions, strong opinions, and strong opinions always lead to more distribution. The human elements of share-worthy content include, like I said, emotionally impactful storytelling, surprise elements, twists, social proof. Others are doing it, you should too, right? Presentable look, somebody is very good looking, naturally they get more visibility. You don't have to do much. Um, Local language, more relatability. People find, oh, he speaks my language, Oriya or Hindi or Bengali or whatever. Command over action, right? So these are bragging potentials. These are human elements. If you put in your content, they get shareability. Now, relevancy comes when you understand who is your audience. For the longest time, I thought my audience was 18 to 30. It turns out my audience is actually 22 to 45, right? Who are these people? These are people who are not yet married, just got a job, have lots of income, stuck in the corporate ladder, trying to build their own startup. Fantastic. But I thought they were college students, not necessarily. So like that, you have to understand in age groups, what are the different things that happen when you're a college student in your 20s, you're breaking up, money matters, career, all these are question marks. 30 to 45, you're dealing with being a parent, health matters, management skills, the corporate ladder, etc. 45 to 60, midlife crisis, you're like, what did I do with my life? I wasted so much time, right? Health issues are popping up, relationship issues are popping up, kids are going to college, so you're feeling lonely and all of that. So understand who is your target audience, and based on that, you can create content, you can build your product, you can solve problems that people are willing to pay. Communication has, many things. Words are only 7%. Vocal behavior is 38%, and non-verbal is 55%. But there are shortcuts to, creating, convincing people. So there are 6 shortcuts that you can use to influence others. There's a book called Influence by Robert Cialdini. And after 40 years of research, this is what he puts together. Reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency, liking, successes. There's a whole book about it. There are YouTube videos about it. You can go watch it. But the point is, when you give a gift, people want to reciprocate. So for example, when somebody gives you free trial period, you try it out, you get accustomed to it, and eventually you pay for it. And if there's scarcity, somebody says, this is the last product on Amazon, last 2 left, or Make My Trip will say, last room, book now. Immediately you feel the need, the urge to book, right? Authority, there's like, this is certified, this is good, this is high 5-star rating. So like that, there are different ways of convincing people to buy things online or in person. But these are the basic ideas of influence. You will not succeed from day one. So you build something, you measure the success, you learn from it, and you keep growing. There is science, but you have to apply that science in your unique product and service, and you will not get it right the first time. You will fail more, you will fail less, you will succeed more, and eventually you will not fail much, right? But you have to go with the data, you have to go with the science. Identify your target market, understand what is the sales funnel, right? There's discovery, there's the intent, there's the conversion, there's the loyalty. Somebody is scrolling, they see you, they pause, they show their intent, and they eventually say, hey, I want your product and service, and they tell others that they want your product and service, and that's loyalty, but it's referrals. So stop the scroll, start a meaningful conversation, just call to action. So click on a button, they give you their name, phone number, email address, they become your customer. So how to stop the scroll? Be unexpected, invoke curiosity, emotions, controversy, ask questions. These are some Gasapita proven ways of getting people to stop the scroll and engage with your content. Be bold with your font, with your colors, earn trust, and it all takes time. So that's your branding and promotion. I don't have a lot of time, otherwise I could have spent a full 8 hours on this. Trust me. Right? Now we're going to get to the next part, which is scaling your startup. So again, as you build your startup, you have your products and services, you build, you measure, you learn, you get better, you fail fast, you succeed faster, and slowly, things are getting better for you, and you have a good grasp of the market, and you feel like, get it, okay, awesome, right? Then your customers start talking to other people. They bring in other customers, and referrals add up, and you're able to build a business where your customer acquisition cost goes down because people are so happy. They are marketing your product to other people. When I got my first iPhone in 2009, I remember I just graduated from college. I told other people, you should buy an iPhone. They're so nice. Why? Because the first iPhone I got, it was 2G. It was a black colored iPhone. And literally 10 days later, Apple launched a white colored iPhone that was prettier, according to me. And I went to the Apple store and I asked them, hey, I just bought the iPhone 10 days ago. It was black. I want the white one. Can you do anything for me? They said, absolutely. No questions asked. They took my black iPhone. They swapped the data to the new white iPhone, and they gave me a brand new white iPhone and took back the 7 days old phone, a 10 days old phone. And no questions asked. And that's it. I was so happy. I went and told all my friends, you should buy iPhone. You should buy iPhone. This is so good. They're so nice. Steve Jobs was still alive at that time. After that, they're not so nice. Trust me. I still use iPhones and Apple products, but they're not so nice anymore. And they're not so innovative either. But point is, this is the science of network effect, where initially you're in the red, you're spending a lot of money, you're gaining traction, and eventually there's a critical mass beyond which you don't have to spend money. People already know you, and you can grow and grow and grow. Today, you don't hear much about Oyo, right? But Oyo has crossed that critical mass. People know them as a brand. They don't have to do advertising. They used to spend so much money on billboards and ads. Now you don't see so many ads on Oyo, right? People know hookup culture, girlfriend, boyfriend, Oyo, right? Cheap accommodation, Oyo. So people just go there. They don't have to spend money on advertising and marketing. They're actually making money because they are a brand now, right? But initial days, so much losses, right? They would spend so much money, thousands of crores in losses, but look at them today. So that's how it works. Initially the red, and eventually when people know you, the engine runs itself. You get the network effect. People start, helping you to scale up. This will not happen overnight, and you should not give up. Many people are not successful because they fail enough number of times. They let fear hold them back. So the scale up phase, the ideation stage, you are basically no marketing is required, right? It is only development and operations. At the startup stage, there is development, there is marketing, and there is operations. But majorly it is development and marketing because you're still building the product while you're selling the product. At the scale up stage, you've already built the product, you're just making it better, fixing bugs. So development cost is 20%. Operations is 10%, but 70% is going into marketing. Unless this is true, you are an inefficient business and investors won't invest in you. Right? This is what investors look at. Are you efficient? Are you investing my money in marketing and growing the business? Or you're getting my money to buy a new factory, new office? If your operational cost is high, then you're an inefficient business and I don't want to invest in you. I don't want to pay for your fancy office. I want to pay for my money to grow, your company to grow, so that my money grows, my equity grows, right? So that's how scale up works. So set your goal, set deadlines, and set a revenue goal. Break it down into small chunks. How can I reach that $1 million goal? Break it down into smaller chunks, and you will see that through multiple revenues, channels, through subscriptions, recurring revenue, through one time, through insurance, through this, through that, multiple revenue sharing, upselling, cross-selling, you will be able to figure out a revenue model that percolates into multiple revenue channels and leads you to the $1 million mark. Connect and conquer. Make sure you have a wonderful mentor. Make sure you're taking advantage of the fact that you're at your university, there are wonderful alumni, and your alumni are helping you. You have great professors, make sure the professors are helping you. They'll connect you with the local chamber of commerce, they'll connect you with Kolkata Ventures, right? They'll have you connect with resources that can help you grow your business. Think of strategic partnerships. I'm sure you've seen in India, rickshawala or some cyclewala will hold on to a truck or a bus while going up the bridge, and they'll go at their speed. rather than peddling. So same thing with startups. We might be small, but we do a strategic partnership with a big company and we go at their speed. That's called OPN, other people's network, right? Like Facebook did for Harvard. Harvard is a big brand. Facebook said, okay, if people are in Harvard are using it, other universities will want to use it. And slowly, other universities popped in, and Facebook started, opening it up to .edu. Initially, it was only people with the email address harvard.edu who can use Facebook. Then it became .edu email addresses who could use Facebook. And then all the US universities were using it, myself included. 2005, I started using Facebook, right? And then the whole world, it opened up to any email address, and anybody with a Gmail could use Facebook. So it opened up to the whole world. So like that, you use other people's network. You use that aspect of forced scarcity to create the demand and find out where your customers are hiding and come from there. Airbnb did the same thing with Craigslist. If you don't know Craigslist, it's basically the first, Sulekha and OLX, they're copies of Craigslist, simply spoken. So Airbnb didn't have customers. They stole the customers from Craigslist, where people were just putting it out there. Hey, coming to your city, do you have a couch? Do you have an extra room? Airbnb like, hey, that's where our customers are. Those are our customers. We are having the right situation where we are letting people rent out their rooms. And they started scraping data from Craigslist, and they built their company. And by the time Craigslist blacklisted them after 2 years, they were already $2 million in revenue. Tech-enabled scalability. So if you want to scale up your business, you need to enable the technology, right? You have to make it tech-enabled. That means that it can't be, building 20 restaurants, putting in capital investment. No, it has to be scalable. Like, you build a couple of restaurants, you franchise out the brand, and people build restaurants, and you just make money from the brand. Like Donald Trump. The Trump Towers, Donald Trump only built 2 or 3 Trump Towers. The rest of them are built by people, who see the value of the Trump brand name, and they just pay Trump to use his name, right? Same thing with many other companies where there is automation available, where you can automate the growth of your business and grow from there. So I'll end with this. Think big, start small, grow slow, then grow really fast. When you're thinking about your startup, think really, really big, but start with the low-hanging fruit. Given your students, start with the low-hanging fruit. The grow slow, you will make mistakes. Don't repeat the mistakes. All right, and eventually you'll be able to find that you make less mistakes, more success. You're able to scale up, grow up, and that's where investors come in to help you expedite your growth. So I'm here. I'm the only person with the name of Avelo Roy. You can connect with me. There's plenty of content I've put out there on YouTube. There are 300 plus videos on startups. You can learn about market research to product development to branding, marketing, Bhagavad Gita, lifestyle, everything that I know, it's there on my YouTube channel. So go, watch it, and I hope it'll help you. It's only 5-minute videos. I don't make long videos. I can't talk for too long. so go watch them, and hopefully that'll help you. If you want to connect with me for internships and whatnot, connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you have questions you want to ask me, connect with me on Instagram. Okay, I'll end it here and see if you guys have any questions.
Please raise your hands if you have any questions.
Yes, Angel, go ahead.
Actually, I have a question about what are the core marketing techniques which are common in the startup industry?
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. There's B2B, there's B2C, there's B2G, depending on what you are. If you're a consumer electronics product, if you're a food, if you are a B2B, everything is different. You cannot do marketing in one size fits all. That's where you go wrong. Right? Everybody thinks I'll hit the boost button on Facebook and it'll work for me. No. Your target audience, every person is unique, and your target audience is unique. And you need to speak their language, be relevant to them. Only then it works. So common thing, I think the only common thing is everybody uses social media marketing. That's the common thing. But how you use, what text you use, what pictures you use, what videos you use, they all make the difference.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, Mayank?
Sir, I would like to connect with you personally, sir, after this event or sometimes. I'm working in an idea for a startup, and I want to basically identify the problems I want to, like, what are the problems in that particular sector which I'm trying to solve the problem for. So I want to connect with you personally. So I should WhatsApp you via, like, I have scanned the QR code from the earlier site that you have shown. So I should
Yeah,
connect with you on WhatsApp or via LinkedIn or.
anything. LinkedIn, WhatsApp, if you go to kolkataventures.com, there is actually a form that says 15-minute mentorship. You can fill out that form. It will directly get you in the pipeline to get a 15-minute slot with me.
Sure, sure. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Anything else? Okay, great. Oh, Hemant, yes, go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Sir, you in one of your slides you said that creating a sense of scarcity, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask whether the creating sense of urgency, scarcity, is that ethical from the marketing perspective and
Always,
from business perspective?
always. You know,
Uh,
everybody does it. I mean, from cars to cell phones to Amazon to, everybody does it. I'm not saying say a lie, but giving them a
yes.
sense of urgency. Like from July, our prices rise. So you'll get, services at this price only till end of June. So there's a sense of urgency, right? So absolutely ethical. But if you lie about it, that's a different story. That's unethical.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, so thanks a lot for delivering an exceptional session, sir. The insights and knowledge you shared were truly invaluable, making it both engaging and enlightening for all attendees. It was truly inspiring to learn from someone who is so well versed in startups. Once again, thanks a lot, sir, for taking your time and taking such a wonderful session. It was an honor to have the opportunity to learn from your vast experience and insights. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you very much, and hope to see you guys in person very soon. Take care. All the best.
Thank you.